Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte. We are taking a look today at the Minnesota Wild being the third NHL team to clinch a playoff berth in the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll be taking a look at that in this video, so let's get right into it. So the Minnesota Wild are the third NHL team to clinch a playoff spot in this year's postseason. The third team in the Honda West Division to clinch a playoff spot this postseason. Yes, all three of the teams that have clinched are in the West Division. The Vegas Golden Knights, the Colorado Avalanche, and now the Minnesota Wild. Now, it was a big defeat last night over the San Jose Sharks and was pretty much the nail in the coffin for the San Jose Sharks season. They went down 3-0 in that first period against the Wild, and it just did not look like the Sharks had any gas. And I was watching a live stream of the game online, which I'm not going to say where, but I was watching it online, and the fans were just fuming and really disappointed with what the Sharks have been this season. So I'll be doing a video on that over the next couple weeks on the Sharks, but this is about the Wild. The Minnesota Wild record, 31-13-3. A nice record for the Minnesota Wild. Obviously, the emergence of Kirill Kaprizov has definitely helped things for the Wild. They're at a .691 point percentage this year. Really solid there. A +28 with a goal with their goal differential. Pretty nice there. So in 47 games, they have clinched a playoff berth. A huge season for the Minnesota Wild. A lot of people doubting the Minnesota Wild going into this year. I was not one of them. I had the Minnesota Wild making this postseason ahead of St. Louis and San Jose. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if Arizona sneaks into the playoffs. I had them missing the playoffs. I did have St. Louis in there this year. So we'll see how that ends up working out. It's still favoring St. Louis, but again, games played and all that does factor into it. So, guys, big season for the Minnesota Wild. Cam Talbot looks to be a pretty nice success for the Wild. And Joel Eriksson-Ek, Jordan Greenway, as well as Kirill Kaprizov have really lit things up for the Minnesota Wild and their forward group, which desperately needed help this offseason. And they've started to, within the organization, fix their issues. And a lot of that has to go credit to Bill Guerin, the general manager of the Minnesota Wild. He has done a great job with rebuilding this Minnesota Wild team, and they will be making the postseason. The question is, we know this story has been written before. The Minnesota Wild get into the playoffs, but then they lose in the first round to Chicago or Nashville or St. Louis. So we'll see. Yes, Minnesota can get into the playoffs, but can they beat Vegas? Can they beat Colorado? Because let's be honest, those may be the two toughest opponents that the Wild have to play. If they're able to get past Colorado and Vegas, there is a very good opportunity. We could see the Minnesota Wild, not only winning the Stanley Cup this year, but I mean, obviously getting on a deep playoff run, which would be nice in Minnesota because those are probably the two hardest teams to beat right now in the NHL. Minnesota has held their own in some of those games against those teams. It looks like they are going to have a matchup against the Colorado Avalanche at this point with how things are going on in Colorado. But guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What do you think of the Minnesota Wild getting into the 2021 postseason? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And I'll see you guys next time. Let's go Wild.